Such a banger, bro.
I like how Johnny's on that thing and he's not even here. Incredible.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Trauma League Telegram. I am your host, Gingerbread, joined alongside Entity.
You're
Johnny's not here. He is unfortunately out with an illness. Oh, that's the wrong slide. Here we go. This episode is brought to you by Swordog.com. 2Gs. Get your trauma merch at Swordog2Gs.com. Of course, breaking news, host edition again. Jay Johnny is listed day to day and will not participate in today's show. He is, of course, whipped still, and he will be reevaluated next week. So, of course, emergency caster, or emergency co-host, sorry, Entity has joined me. Hello, Vic.
what up, bro?
You were on
I love
the
that
first
picture,
ever
man.
episode of TLT, which was not uploaded to the YouTube channel, unfortunately, so it is lost media.
Probably for the best.
What? Nah. But, excited to have you back today.
Sir,
It's
happy
gonna
to
be
be here, bro.
yeah. Today's rundown is gonna be pretty simple. We're gonna introduce our special guest. We're gonna recap Stage 2 playoff matches. We're gonna preview the remaining matches in bracket play. We got some clips, and then we have a round table, not rankings. I can't spell, so I wrote the wrong thing. But let's introduce that special guest. It's Stratis.
Yes,
Bang. What up, chat?
Welcome back
It's
to
me.
TLT. Do you remember what? I feel like you've been on the show. I don't remember if you were or not.
I have not.
Have not. I feel like that's a lie, but no, I think you were, but you had to cancel. So
Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna do it, and then I didn't do it.
shout out. So I got
Mm-hmm.
the commissioner and the retired Stage 1 MVP with me on today's episode. Should be an absolute banger. You guys, Vic, any questions for Stratus?
Little mini interview. I mean, how's retirement treating you, bro? What's it been like? Give us a little glimpse into Stratus life outside of trauma, man. Outside of COD.
Man, it's been good, man. I've been golfing. I've been fucking just vibing and shit. I don't know. It's been chill. Kind of being able to do whatever I want. Not that that's like why I needed to retire. Funny enough, I always think it's it always feels weird how now that I'm not doing it, I'm always like, I feel like I have all this extra time now.
Mm-hmm.
Probably could make it work. And then I'm like, nah, bro. I don't have the passion for it anymore. I don't want to do it. So, but it's been good. I don't know. I've been enjoying it, hanging out with my girl. I start my new job tomorrow, so just doing all that nonsense.
Yes, sir. Love to see you, man. Happy to hear that.
Shout out. We should move on. Of course, we will ask him questions intermittently throughout the stream. As I'm clicking every wrong button. Shout out me. We move on to our recap. Our first Stage 2 playoff match was the 8th-seeded Kansas City Crusaders versus the 9th seed Boston Bonsai. What a series this was. It was a 250 to 221 controversial map 1 win for KC. We'll talk about it. Boston responds with a clean sweep 6-0 in map 2 Raid S&D, followed by a 7-2 domination on Overload to take a 2-1 series lead. KC answers back with a 16-point victory in Hardpoint. And then in round 11, game 5 exposure, S&D, Boston Bonsai pull off the clutch. They ice up round 11. They win the series 3-2. Notable performances, it was Waves, Mighty, and Ginger, respectively, for Kansas City. And it was Magic, Sentio, and Mikey throughout the Boston camp. The match MVP goes to TF Magic with a 1.46 KD as Jonimus gets his first cast of the year. as the player in this series, I will talk last. But
Take
Anything
it
you want to say,
away,
Strat?
Victor.
Oh, me first.
yeah,
Take it
Kamish, you
away.
go
You
first.
shouldn't have, man. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say who casted this one.
It
I
was
felt like I was
Jodimus.
casting it, but yeah, I see it was John. I just remember watching it because we were supposed to play Kansas City if they won.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were all just up waiting, and I mean, we were Kansas City fans, like all of the to Boston, of course, but it was just like, come on, bro, let's get this out the way because Sonoma's going out of town, and we would have had to get subs for our next match potentially. So we'll talk about that later. But yeah, I mean, this one kind of sucks because, like you said at the beginning, you get a little of the maybe some reset cheese. I mean, no, definitely reset cheese just for like the trauma rules, but Magic and them were cool with it, I suppose. You guys win that one, and then I don't want to call it karma or anything, but it kind of just comes back in the map 5, and then Mighty lags out. Is he the one who lagged out in the first map too?
Yes.
Yeah, so he lags out again, map 5. Casey already had a cruise. They were ready. I know you guys even contemplated using the cruise, but you didn't, and you have to end it, come back, and then Boston ended up just winning it there. So that one, not so much a controversial ending, but just kind of unfortunate there because you lose that cruise, and you got to think you could at least, if not win around, get the bomb down at least with that one, and just it ends in well, it kind of ended with you because you had a chance injured to get 2, and it just you swear you had the shots lined up,
That
didn't
was
work
for
out.
the
I don't know if
third,
that was that
actually, but yeah.
for the third, yeah, but the 2 in the corner, right on dirt side.
Yeah, I kind of
Was that Sentio?
Yeah, that was
Was it
just
Sentio
some
kid?
COD
Yeah.
server BS, unfortunately, but it shouldn't have come down to the one Magic play, right? So we kind of
Yeah.
sold that map. We were up 4-2. We lose the round, then the lag out happens. We're up 4-3. We lose the cruise, tough, but like we're still up 4-3. We should have closed it out. We didn't. As KC just continued to not put it together, as Magic was a one-man machine this series.
Oh yeah. I mean, Strat, any thoughts, bro? I know you left it all out on the field there, but you think you could will the boys to at least one round win in that raid?
For sure. I probably would have just taken things into my own hands, honestly.
Come on.
Yeah, no, Magic was
No.
unkillable. Map 2 is insane.
Yeah, I don't really know why. I mean, I guess it took us kind of a while to get on the same page as a team, even during stage 1, and then to kind of have that whole system kind of had to remake it. I guess that makes things much harder than they would have been if like we just had something, to where I was playing different or whatever. If we just like change roles, having to fill in with a completely different player makes it totally different. So, probably just I don't know, the boys and girl over there. Just got to figure out some things. I don't know what the squadron's gonna look like, or if they're gonna make changes. Honestly, don't know what's going on. But Waves is still shooting. Ginger's still shooting. Those guys, they can still do their thing. I think Magic might have just had a legacy series while, just based off of the notable performances, Mighty may have been lacking a little bit this series. So I don't know. I think they probably, I mean, it's one thing could have gone any different in that game 5 and it would have been a different result, So it's a tough loss for the squadron for sure.
Tough loss indeed, but Boston kind of get revenge for stage 1 losers round 2. There was some KC cheese in that losers match, so they kind of get some vengeance. I talked to Sentio. That was actually one of the talking points. He mentioned to me that they were going dummy hard, but we move on to our next winners round 2 matchup. The 7th seed Seattle Reign versus New Mexico Enchanted, the 10 seed. Seattle goes up, dominate map 1 hardpoint by 130 points to take a 1-0 series lead. They then 6-1 in map 2, 2-0 up. Seattle, can they close it out? But wait, it's New Mexico. Of course they can't. New Mexico wins game 3. They win game 4. Reverse sweep on the line, and New Mexico pull it off. They 6-4 on Den. Search and Destroy. The Enchanted win the series 3-2. And looking at them performances, It was Riv, Buki, and Paradise popped off map 5 for Seattle. Unfortunately, Link, Turkey, and DJ were just a little that much better, as Turkey Neck ends up as the match MVP with a 1.04. That is probably the lowest match MVP KD we have had up to this point in the season, as Isaiah ends up cast in this one. What is it about this New Mexico roster that they just have magic in them?
I don't know. Those guys are just turned. I swear they come out and get whopped map 1 and 2, and they're like, oh yeah, I forgot this is like a match today. And then they remember to play COD, and then they start frying. So I don't know what it is, because I mean, it happened to us stage 1. They've almost reverse swept other teams as well.
It happened to Toronto.
There's just, oh yeah, that's what it was. That was Toronto. So I don't know. I don't know what it is about this team, but as soon as they win the game 3, it's instantly on reverse sweep watch. It's just they play off of momentum, and as soon as it starts to build up, they just seem unbeatable.
Commish,
Yeah, I mean,
why couldn't Seattle close it out?
Well, specifically for this series, they've never been a good Overload team. I mean, we say that, like, I feel like that's a cop-out answer, but their Overload isn't as bad as we think. It's just when they've played either the really good Overload teams or just like the better teams in general, they tend to lose that one. So you're kind of, I don't want to say you're going into that series potentially knowing you're not going to 3-0 a team and they might always get that one on you, but that's kind of there. And New Mexico, I mean, ices up that one, and after that they just had the full momentum. I just don't think New Mexico knows the first 2 maps exist. Like that's my headcanon. Like they don't care about the first 2. They're just using it to warm up, see how you play. They get into that overload, they handle it, and they're like, all right, this is what they did in the first HP. We'll counter it here. Here's having the surge, we'll counter it here. I mean, it's just like completely different series, those last 3 maps. Or if you take away the overload, like the last 2 maps are completely different than the first 2. It's just, they need time to warm up, I guess. And also, like, you mentioned this is probably the lowest match MVP KD that we've ever seen. I think that is true, probably by a long shot as well.
Oh yeah.
But that's just kind of how these guys play. Like they play super well together. They all play for each other. And there are maps like you'll see Turkey Neck there in the map 3 where they go crazy. They can drop 40 kills, 35 plus, whatever. But like outside of that, for the most part, like no one's really turning up on this team like every single map. They all kind of just take turns, and there's evidence of that even in this series. So I mean, even in the other series, we've seen DJ drop like 10 kills in the S&D and stuff, and we've also seen him drop like 7 in a hard point. It's like, I don't know, man. They really take those first 2 to warm up, and then from there, they don't lose composure. They keep all the fundies that they've been using all year, and they just, I don't know, man. They just capitalize on your mistakes, and it's just a whole different team. The second half of New Mexico is a lot better than the first half in any series. It's just, this is probably like the 6th series, probably I'd say, when they've gotten to a map 5. I don't know how many of those were reverse sweep attempts, but they love a map 5, man. Don't always win them, but they can get there. So I don't know. For the case of Seattle, is just you're right into a team that just likes the last 3 maps better than the first 2, I guess. New Mexico's has been just icy all year with those map 3s and 4s, man.
Yeah, and a fun thing to note, the Stage 1 Grand Finals, both teams end up in losers after round 1 in Seattle and KC, so both teams struggling in the Stage 2. I'm intrigued to see how they fare the rest of this playoffs. We move on to our next Winners Round 1 matchup. This one finally not a Game 5. The 5 seed Miami Mafia versus the 12th seed Florence Ambition. Miami wins map 1 by 36 on Blackheart. They win 6-4 map 2 to take a 2-0 series lead, and they win a close tight one 2-1 on Exposure Overload to complete the 3-0. The Mafia dominate this series. Notable performances, it is Sin and Icarus for the side of Miami, and for Florence, it's Sid, Foss, and Cunnin all having their own map. Unfortunately, not able to do all together at the same time. As the match MVP, I gave it to Icarus. I believe Sin had like 10 more kills, but I don't care. This is my show. I gave it to Icarus. He dropped a 1.41 as a 3.5 star. That's good enough for me. As a FTP Hellboy, slowly climbing these ranks of the caster of the year. He casted this one. Is
Yeah, I mean, no surprises here really.
no, I mean this Icarus guy.
No, I mean
I don't
Icarus is
know. Might be the greatest.
yeah, I mean he's someone that I said it. He was pretty much going to be voted a 3-star. I saw the way he was performing the combines and stuff. I mean, his KD was to climb. I keep saying it, but you have to climb all the way up to a 4.5 before you even saw someone who had a KD as good as his was in the combine. And he played against some good players, so I know he's always been there. He's been around that level. I don't know about this level because I think that PC optimization and like just upgrading his PC in general gave him superpowers. But I mean, he's always been slept on as far as this year goes, and I don't know, man. When he's on, I want to say when he's on, the team's hard to beat. But like, ironically, when he's been on, Tej also struggled. And I think the last match we saw them playing was when they were both on, and like that's the scary Miami team. So it's just like, are you gonna get Tej and Icarus both shooting because Sin's been pretty consistent for him, or is it just gonna be one or the other? But when Icarus has been shooting and Tej hasn't, and Icarus has been there to pick up the slack for him, they're still good enough with Kaze and Sin alongside where they can still beat teams. And I mean, this, like, no offense to Florence, of course, but I don't think anybody really expected Florence to do anything. I was expecting maybe a 3-1. I was thinking that, especially on Blackheart, we saw Florence beat them. Like, kind of, it was insane last time. I think it was last playoffs too. It might have been a map 1 as well or a map 4, but I kind of thought maybe they could do it. Foss, I was expecting a Foss masterclass. I guess he did actually. I see it here, 38 and 23, but outside of that, it was a very close series though. Like, to be fair, but I think most people probably just would have said Miami 3-0s here, but it was a lot closer than the score suggests. I would say 2-1 in overload, 6-4 search. Never know, man.
I've been doing this show for the past like 9 weeks. Technically longer, but matches only started 9 weeks ago. I feel like every time with Florence, we say it was close, but they just couldn't do it. What about this roster just cannot get over the hump, Strat?
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like this team should easily have the skill to do it. I mean, on paper, I feel like they can keep up with most teams, but for whatever reason, they get close and they can't close out maps, I feel like they just might not have the ice that they need to have a lot of times. I mean, these 3 maps are all really close. I mean, 2 scores or 1 score in the overload, 2 points in the search, and 35 points. It's literally the difference of half of a hill. I mean, just I don't know, throughout the match. I think they need to just have somebody like just hit old or something for an extra 5 seconds here or there. Like, I don't know, bruh. They just need to change something about the way that they're playing, because I feel like obviously what they're doing isn't working. I mean, they were the 12 seed and now they're in losers, so it's like, I mean, it's desperation time at this point. There's not really any point in them trying to keep fixing things unless they fix it right now. And it just doesn't seem like they're really able to figure out what's been going wrong.
We continue our coverage of Winners Round 1 with the 6th-seeded Pittsburgh Defiance versus the 11th-seeded Los Angeles Reloaded. But if you look at the middle right of your screen, LA has 2 substitutes. As always, shout out LAR, as Link and Notorious subbing in for Oma and Jula Chief. Pittsburgh dominate map 1 by 70. LA, though, responds with a 6-4 win. Map 2 is Link. The substitute goes 12-4. Not much you can do there for Pittsburgh. They then win a close overtime overload 6-5 on Scar to take a 2-1 series lead, only for map 4 to be Scar as well, and Pittsburgh dominate the hard point. The Defiance with a 3-1 victory, and it's the Blinky show with the honorable mention from Fluctuant. And for LA, it's Jodamus and Link in that map too. Unfortunately, with 2 substitutes, what are you supposed to do? Blinky with a 1.49 KD, as Entity was the caster of this one. As the caster, Vic, what did you see in this series?
I think we had an all-time collapse in this overload. Is that the one where LA was up, like, I don't know, 4-1 at halftime, and then Pittsburgh responded and came back? Pretty sure this is the series.
That happened
And
later on to a different team, but I'm not sure if it also happened here.
if it did, no, I know what you're talking about. This one happened first. So yeah, this this was the one. So I also know at the end of the game, Notorious almost gets 4 in that overtime to win it. Like that, it was just kind of an all time kind of collapser from LA. This should have went to a map 5. They just Pittsburgh, I guess, just got on their preferred side and went to work, and it was kind of the fluctuant show there. And I mean, it reflects there with his 31 and 21. That's what I remember for it. And I mean, once you got to that scar, if you were to win this series, you would have, if you're LA, you would have had to just, I guess,
Neslo.
Nestle them, right? You would,
Yeah.
yeah, you would have had to here. That was your one way to do it, and you had a great chance of going up 2-1 in the series. Maybe you even win that map 4 if you win that overload scar, just the momentum, but doesn't happen after that. I mean, LA just seemed kind of devoid of life and just no, that was really it. But LA very easily could have taken this and probably should have taken it to map 5. But no, I mean, Pittsburgh does what Pittsburgh does. Blinky does what he does. I mean, look at that, 48 and 49, 11 in the S&D. I don't know, man. That's just the Blinky show for sure. That team's been playing a lot better with Hellboy there in the mix for sure. I can say that.
Strat, did you watch this one?
I personally did not watch this match, but I mean, shout out Jodimus for shooting his gun. I feel like bro has not been doing what he was doing in the combines as much, at least from what I remember. Obviously, we're like in stage 2 now, so the combines is a long time ago. But we only really played him like one time, so whenever I watch them, I expect him to have a good series, and I feel like he finally had one. But with 2 subs, it's always hard to make something work. So I think that LA team is, they've struggled and been struggling. Or they are struggling and they've been struggling. So, I think they've got some good players in Oma and Jot, and I feel like if they can figure out what they're doing, how to do that together, maybe, I don't know, they might win a series here or there.
We'll see if they can actually win one with their full roster. But we move on to our last Winners Round 1 matchup, as there are 5 of them. It is the New York Reapers versus Toronto Stars, the 4-seeded New York, 13 for Toronto. A thing to note, Johnny, as mentioned, is currently out day to day, so TF Magic subs in for him as a 6-star, and it's dire to start as Toronto wins Map 1 Colossus by 14 points. It then goes to Round 11, Map 2, New York, though, with the ice. Then we go to, I believe, overtime overload, 7-6, New York with more ice. And then map 4, the series was over as New York wins by 50. The Reapers with a 3-1 victory to move on. Looking at the notable performances, it was Magic, Mirage, and Grace Wolf in that map 2, looking like Johnny out there. And for Toronto, it was Frost, and only Frost, as it always is. TF Magic, the substitute, was the match MVP with a 1.4 KD, and Entity, you were the caster.
Yeah.
So this is where the collapse. This was the series of collapses,
that's what I was
right?
going to say.
Would you say you guys talked at the same time?
Sorry.
This was the
That's okay.
series of collapses, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I got to see that up close. Yeah, Toronto wins the map 1, and I'll just be honest, I don't really know if Toronto has a chance to win the series going into it. They take the map 1, and it's like, okay. Then the search, I think they were up 5-4. They lost that. The overload, this was the one I was referencing too, where they were up a lot too, and they kind of trolled.
They were
and then,
up. No, sorry, continue.
I don't remember what they were up. So if you remember, that'd be great.
No, really,
I
this
think
whole
they're up
series,
like 4-1 or something.
well, that was at half. It
something
was
like
then.
that.
It was 6-2 with 3 minutes left.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
even-
then Toronto has a
even-
chance.
Even that map 1, New York was up, I believe, 114 to like 30, and then Toronto came back to win it, like second rotation. And then that map 3, Toronto's up that much. They could have been Toronto's first real victory with the Johnny-less New York.
Truthfully, it could have, and I think it. I don't want to say this in a crazy way, but I think it kind of not exposed New York, but like it just shows they're missing their 6-star. Yeah, he can bring magic and he can drop the numbers, but I just think Johnny does so much for that team where, like the IGLing and just calling out spawns where people are, where you should go. Like it helps the other players. Like I don't see a Kanaji performance here. Obviously you had Grace going crazy and you had Mirage, peak Mirage, like we saw last year. Map 4 has always been his thing. If not the map 3, he went crazy in those like Hasi controls. That's the Mirage we've been waiting to see. I just feel like Kanaji especially plays a lot better with Johnny, probably better than with anyone else, I think. Like he's dropped 1.3s, 1.4s as your 4-star. That's the type of production you don't see unless it's Sonoma or Icarus, right? Like in terms of the in that kind of star range. Like but from that point on, I was definitely worried for New York because they were going to play Miami next, and it was just all love to TF Magic. But I think New York is a team that really needs Johnny there for the big time matches, and they were I don't want to say they were lucky, but they had to work for this win against the 13th seeded Toronto Stars. Of course, they have Frost, but like outside of Frost and Nathan, respectfully, Wolf and Fat Boy haven't been giving you much all year. Like this should not have really. It should have been a 3-0 smoke show, you know. Like even if they had won the map 1, these map 2 and map 3 scores are a little scary, but I just think that's what I took from that. And it showed that Frost is still Frost. Give him a little more help. He can definitely turn this team around. But I mean, this is definitely a trolley series. I don't know. They need Johnny, bro. I want to see Johnny back in action ASAP, and I don't know if we'll even get that the rest
He
of
is
this bracket.
back
To be honest,
tomorrow, but I'm not sure if it's in time for the match.
right?
Because New York plays tomorrow. Little spoiler there. Strat, any comments? Or?
No, this was a mind blowing series to watch. I mean, I struggle to watch Toronto right now just because of I mean, I say the situation, but you know, they're playing down a half star, I guess.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think most people kind of have Toronto to lose, but I think, and even though we're you know putting an asterisk on this series where it's like, oh well, New York didn't have Johnny, but at the same time, you know, again, these are extremely close games. They won a map. You know, this series, they were up in the search and the scar or and the overload. Like they could have won the series. So it's hard to see, but at the same time, it's like expected. So I do agree that, you know, maybe if Frost had not that Nathan is like why they lost the series. Obviously, Nathan is not the reason they threw a 6-2 lead with 3 minutes left in the overload, but
Well,
you know, maybe, you know, some more help here or there where maybe Frost isn't the notable player in every single map for one of Toronto's series this year, you know. Might be helpful for him. And then we won't have to listen to Frost yell every series during the listen-ins. Actually, you know, that's like a mainstay in trauma. So, you know, keep the yelling. That's cool. But, yeah, I don't know. There's just something about that Toronto team. They just can't do it, bruh. I don't know.
last thing before I move on, I remember this was obviously a bit of a Frost posse match, of course. Just looking at the names involved, 6 of the 8 players, of course, from the Frost side of Trauma. And I remember we were watch partying, and we specifically said if New York played any other team here, they get 3-0'd with how they played. And we'll see if that comes true later on or not.
Who knows?
Winners round 2 matches, though. Las Vegas Kings, the 1 seed, had the bye. They played the Boston Bonsai, the 9 seed. And unfortunately, I mean, despite even with 2 substitutes, the Kings dominate. Link in for Entity, Notorious in for Loading. Map 1 is Blackheart, 250 to 87. Jesus Christ. Map 2, 6-3, a bit more competitive. And then Map 4 was a 4-3, very close competitive. If only Boston started on time. The Kings 3-0. Looking at them notable performances, it was Link, the substitute for Entity, and JD popping off Map 2. And for Boston, it's Magic, and then Mikey actually popped off Map 2. Unfortunately, cannot will his team to anything. As Link Connor, the substitute, as the match MVP with a 1.42 KD, and FTP Hellboy continues to climb the ranks as he casted this one. Entity, why couldn't you play, brother?
Well, Sonoma was going out of town. This was played Wednesday. He was gone, still gone from Thursday until tonight. He should be flying in soon, right? So we just made the call where, that's why we wanted to play you guys on Monday after
Mm-hmm.
the Boston series. Didn't happen. Tuesday they couldn't. We tried, they just couldn't. I basically just said, you know what, bro? I got class. I would rather you guys just get a sub for me. We just play with Sonoma. I'm out of here. I don't even worry about the series. Like, y'all go ahead and go crazy. So that was our thought process there. I was just like, there we'll get a way better sub for me than we could get for Sonoma. Because if you're subbing for Sonoma, you're probably not allowing. I mean, you have to allow the 4/5s, but you know what I mean. It's like, would I rather have Link Hunter or Fluctuant subbing in? I'd be Link Hunter pretty easily for this team in this match.
Strat,
This one was another one I didn't watch, but
shout out.
I mean, I think just Link kind of being the pop-off character here. Not that, Vic can't do that. Obviously, we know Vic is gross at COD, at game. Vic good at game. But the fact that you have JD there and Sonoma, arguably two of the best in their respective ratings, and then you bring in someone like Link who, took over apparently, dropping a 1.42 in the series. I mean, that kind of is what everyone thinks Vegas should look like.
Mm.
So, as far as like their results, kind of just slammage for 75% of the teams they play. So, yeah, I don't know. That's really all I gotta say.
Yeah, you give Link 2 5-stars and he pops off. It's crazy.
Yeah, I will say I'm surprised you gave Link Hunter the match MVP. I'm assuming that's because he's a sub. Because when I was doing the
because he had the
stats, I was
best
like,
KD.
well, no, JD had a 1.5, and he did better than Link in the map 3. So I definitely wanted him to get his flowers on that one. He also
Nice
outperformed
job,
everyone in that map too.
Ginger.
But
I have the
it's all
wrong.
good.
I think you sent me
I
the
would,
wrong screenshot because Link popped off map 3.
maybe I don't know. According to the stats, but no, I mean they both had. He had 29, 23, JD 27, 18. But regardless,
Right, and then Link had
I definitely
900
think
more damage. That's right. That's why I gave it to Link.
maybe. I think JD had what 10 less. I'm not here to debate about it. I just assumed that was why. But
Yeah, Link had like
regardless,
10
I
more
think
kills, but like 10 more deaths, so I just gave it to Link.
what
I think
the
you guys should
scoreboard won't
box.
show is Sonoma had a slow series, and we kind of put the game plan where we could try and get some sub maps. And I mean, I guess you don't really see it, but we got the black heart, right? I guess that's the only one you saw. I don't remember what we did for map 4 and 5, but we're like, let's try and get Link on a sub. Let's go play Blackheart and let us fly. And from there, like I mean, yeah, like those 3 subs, I don't really know if most teams stand a chance against there. And then that raid, definitely the JD takeover and the exposure. It was a 4-3. Did you watch that series, Ginger?
No.
Okay, yeah. So that one was actually really close. I think Vegas ended up making them call timeout first half, and then Boston went on to run the second, and eventually they were able to hold. But like everyone was they were just frying, but it was a good win because Sonoma had a slow series, and it was like it's good that we were still able to. I mean, Link Hunter went crazy, so it doesn't matter. But you know what I mean? Like we're not Sonoma made, bro. We beat the allegations for now. We're just
played
substitution
Boston.
made, I guess. Yeah, we did play Boston, and we slammed them. I mean, respectfully, if I was there, I don't think they get 3 on us, or we would have at least scored 6, 7. Oh Jesus, 6 or 7 points. I would say our overload is definitely a lot better with me on the team. But yeah, I don't know. I was proud of the boys for sure. Sucks we couldn't get loading in though, but shout out Notorious. He got to play with us. It was a fun one to watch in class for the first map I watched. Then I had to go present.
Shout out. We move on to our next winners round 2 matchup, the New York Reapers versus the Miami Mafia, the 4 versus 5 seed. This was played earlier in stage 2 qualifiers. Miami won 3-1, I believe, as New York had a substitute for Mirage. This time they have a substitute for Johnny, and they get curb stomped. Miami Mafia win Blackheart by 50. They 6-2 him in Raid. They 6-2 him in Scar. As Magic and Mirage tried their best for New York. Unfortunately, Chaotix drops a 1.4 on the Dome, as Entity was the caster, and some more controversy from this series. Not only was it a 3-0, but some GAs were allegedly broken this series.
I was about to say I don't remember what they were, but it all just came to me, Ginger. Would you like to tell the fans at home what happened? Allegedly.
Allegedly. Actually, he confirmed it. Actually, it's not alleged.
Yeah, it's not allegedly.
In map 2, Chaotix ran a class with 3 red perks, which gave him like the specialist bonus of like insta health regen when you get a kill. So they told him to take it off, and then he did. However, New York was alleging that he was running it the entire series, or at least map 1 and the first half of map 2 before he was called out. Chaotix is saying it was just 1 round on that one class. He had Scavenger on for bot lobbies, so that Scavenger perk 2 kind of made it. So he's alleging that it was 1 round. New York mayhaps said more than 1 round. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's Miami. They're a bunch of scumbags over there. I don't know. But
the world may never know.
Regardless, we mentioned it. New York without Johnny is like a lost puppy, and Miami's a real team, and this wasn't close. Any other comments?
Yeah, I mean, I will say, because I was thinking about it, I'm like, is that really why they lost the series?
It's not.
And
It's
then
just
you see,
a fun thing.
Right, like it's not, but then you look at it, it's like, well, Teach had his best series in a long.
Yeah, Teach has not been good stage 2. He
it
has
does not
been
look good for Teach's argument.
But it's like, okay, at most, give him a round at 6-3. And then if you want to give them the map 1, that's fair. But it's like they got slammed in the Surge. They got slammed in the Overload. I don't know how much that changes things in map 4 and 5. But I mean, I guess you never know, right? Like if New York goes on and wins that map 1, like if Teach never had it to begin with and New York actually wins that, maybe it's a different series. I definitely feel bad, like on both sides, because like it's a mistake out of Tej, but also like you definitely got to get your shit together. And if I'm New York, it's like, well, damn, this guy's fucking not appearing on my mini map. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's one of the perks. Like, you just appear on the gunfire or whatever, like on the mini map. So it's like, I don't know, bro. That is definitely a scary one to think.
Yeah,
I don't know. I definitely feel bad.
I don't. Miami wins.
You don't
New
care?
York
Fuck
falls
'em.
to losers. I don't know.
Oh,
It is what it is. We move on to our next winners round 2 matchup. Tokyo again with the bye as the 3 seed versus the 6 seeded Pittsburgh, and Tokyo just had their way with them. Pittsburgh does have a substitute, Fluctuant. It was his birthday. He was not playing, so Sentio Cod came in, dropped the worst series I've ever seen in my life as a substitute.
Yeah.
Tokyo wins by 60. They 6-3 them on Search and Destroy, and they 8-0 them. Not even close. Isaiah pops off. Zuni take over map 3 as Blinky tried his best as Pittsburgh couldn't hold them off. Entity was the caster, and I will say, Zuni had about 10 extra kills than Isaiah. However, Isaiah in that map 1 and 2 was just so goddamn good. I gave him the match MVP. Even though Zuni had like a 1.3, technically, I don't care. This is my show. Isaiah gets it with a 117 as the Storm. Off to a good start in Stage 2 playoffs.
Strat.
Well, shout out Jake for staying loyal to his squadron and not helping out any other team. I really think he would be the MVP for this one. Otherwise, it's just
You
Tokyo
say he didn't help
doing...
anyone.
It's really just Tokyo doing Tokyo things, man. Tokyo looks good. I mean, we saw him play tonight as well. So I mean, they look good right now. They're on the come up at the right time this time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my thoughts on the series are I definitely felt bad for Pittsburgh. I didn't think Sentio would be a horrible sub because he'd been playing better recently. But when I heard later that I don't want to leak too much, but when I heard later that Nathan was on the table and the team just couldn't agree, so they said we'll just use Sentio. All love to Sentio. Just wasn't his best performance. You got to think Nathan gets you more than 30 kills in 3 maps. That's what I'm thinking. And at least the
Gee
first 2 maps
willikers.
were close. Like, it
Yeah,
was.
it was.
I just felt bad because
He
the
dropped
amount
a
of messages I
donut
got
map
after that.
too.
Yeah, the amount
Oof.
of messages I got afterwards, I felt so bad. But it's like, hey man, you picked this up. But yeah, that one sucked. Just because I was looking forward to this match because Blinky had been talking shit the whole time, and him and I too wanted to go at it, and they did for the map one. And I think Sentio went 16 and 33 or something in the map one. Like, and I don't know, man. Like, you never know. That could be a little different outcome, but I mean, the overload. I think the overload is just a result of the first 2 maps just ending that way. Like, this could have been a way better series. I was expecting this to be a prime time matchup, and it just Pittsburgh couldn't hold up their end of the bargain. I mean, if you wanted star power, you got to see Blinky perform, but not much else outside of that. So shout out to Tokyo for handling it. I mean, they weren't denying the subs from what I was here, and they let them get whoever, and they chose, and just didn't work out. So I mean, all good, regain. Just sucks. That's how you lose in winners. Like that's anytime you lose in playoffs and it's like you don't even have your team or some bullshit. You always feel awful, bro.
Well, the good news is it is winter, so Pittsburgh does have a second life as Tokyo moves on. As we have our final winners round 2 matchup. It's the Philadelphia Fear with the bye versus the 10-seeded New Mexico Enchanted. Do we see some magic again? Philadelphia wins by 15 map 1. It's close. They win a round 10 6-4 S&D. Philly up 2-0, but you know what they say, New Mexico is New Mexico. They win map 3 3-2. They win map 4 250 220. Map 5 reverse sweep on the line for New Mexico, and unfortunately Philly says no as they win 6-3 to close out the series. The Philadelphia Fear win 3-2. Notable performances. It was the smoke show for Philly. He actually did better than Tully that map 4, but he only had like 4 more kills than Tully, so I gave it to Tully as the 3-star. And for New Mexico, Link, DJ, Turkey all popping off as always. Unfortunately, the smoke show with a 1.31 KD as Entity was the caster. It was too much for New Mexico. Only so much magic. They just done the reverse sweep. They can't do it back to back, and unfortunately the Fear stick like their name implies, they shut it down map 5.
I just think a lot of that comes down to the map 5 being Scar. I don't know if I could ever get behind a series ending in Scar.
That's such a terrible map.
For Search, it's just abysmal.
In general,
I think Frost said he liked it, and oh, bro, you might be alone in that one. Maybe Philly's the only team that agrees with you at New Mexico because they play it pretty often.
Tokyo
but
loves Scar.
I can't help but wonder, just based on the momentum, if it was a different map, maybe New Mexico at least gets a little closer. I mean, I think they went down 5-0 and won.
They were up 5. Yeah, they went down 5-0.
I don't want to say that was like a troll or anything. It's just like the fact that the map 5 is a Scar. It sucks because it's almost never a banger. The last time I remember it was a banger was when they played Florence, and I think that did that go round 11? I could be making that shit up. Maybe it wasn't a banger either. But I did have a stat I wanted to share for the stream that DJ shared with me for his team. So
sure.
Apparently, New Mexico has gone to map 5 7 times this season.
Makes sense, yep.
And all 7 of those were reverse sweep potential.
I told you.
I
told you those dudes are always trying to reverse sweep, man.
Isn't their record like 2-5 as well?
It's actually, it says it's 4-3 here.
Oh, is it really?
Which I didn't know it was that heavy, but dang, that's a lot, bro. They won 2 in a row before they lost to Philly. This would have been their 3rd win in a row.
Right, because it was Toronto in qualifiers. It was
and then Seattle.
Yeah. Then they did it to KC in stage 1, and they did it to someone else stage 1. Yeah, shout out
to Florence. Yeah, I mean that's an incredible stat, bro.
That's a hilarious stat. And unfortunately, they enter the L column today.
Yeah, let me look at how many maps have they played. Go on.
What happened here was they shot 2 straight in the first 2 maps. That's what happened. Yeah. So they ran out of the gunny in the last game 5 there in that Scar. That's what happened. Usually they come out and they get absolutely slammed in the first 2 maps, but they were shooting back, and that's why they couldn't do it this time.
Yeah,
Damn.
unfortunate.
So they went to map 5 in 7 out of their 13 series so far.
Jesus Christ.
That is like the
Damn.
inverse of Florence. Like how many? I don't know how many they've gone to, but they never could win them. That's
Yeah.
crazy, bro. Shout out New Mexico, bro. Hard to put
Sure.
away.
But yeah, Philly moves on. New Mexico drops to losers as we exit the winners round as we head to losers round. The first elimination on the line. And it's the 12-seeded Florence versus 13 Toronto. Battle of the 2 worst teams in the league. Actually, no, LA should be there, never mind. But map 1, Toronto wins by 22, takes a 1-0 series lead. Florence responds with a round 11. Toronto responds with a 6-4 overload. Florence responds with a 250 to 242 map 4 to force game 5, and then in game 5, Florence dominate. They win 6-2 Scar S&D. God, I hate that map. As the Ambition win 3-2, and notable performances. Voss, Sid, and Cunnin all had their moments. Meanwhile, for Toronto, it's Frost, and Fat Boy actually didn't go negative. He went 8-8 map 2, shout out, but it was the Frost show. Cunnin was the MVP with a 125 KD. His Entity, again, Jesus, the caster. I was at hockey.
Just another map 5 Scar, bro.
I did not watch this match. I was at my beer league hockey, gave myself a minor concussion, hence my current face cam.
Let's go.
So I missed this one. Entity, you casted it. What happened, man?
Well, I gotta say, I'm disappointed that a banger of a series like this once again is
Ends on
subject
Scar.
to ending on Scar. They
It's
just like
foiled by
we
map
gotta
5
ban
Scar.
map 5 Scars, bro. Just for
get rid of it, bro.
Like, come on, right? Yeah, let's bring in something. But like, that sucks. There, whatever. Both teams wanted to play it, I guess. Like, I don't know, or at least one team wanted to. Whoever picked it. But yeah, it was a very fun series to watch. I enjoyed. I was casting it. I did listen in, so I got to watch it a lot of the time. It was funny hearing the stuff being said in those listenings. But both teams had the passion. Like both teams wanted to win. Neither team wanted to just lay down and die, which is good because when you get to this point of the year, there's a lot of teams who kind of know, we're probably gonna lose. Let's just stop playing. They don't go as hard in the comms. But today, or in that game rather, that day, it was a good COD, man. It was a fun time to watch. A lot of players stepped up. I mean, look at those notable performances, like people taking turns being players of the matches. Like I got, Fat Boy stepped up for the rest was Frost, but you got a Frost legacy map 1 there, 52
and
kills.
map 4, bro.
Yeah, that exposure was tough. That hard point was tough. They had a miscomm according to the interview.
Oh
Nathan
yeah,
just
I
didn't
heard
turn it around
Nathan
in
fucking
time.
cost them the map, is what I heard.
I mean, it's probably not why they lost, but they had a good chance to win it right there if he was in the play. Unfortunately, just didn't work out. It was a good series though. It was a hell of a series. Might be one of the better ones to go watch, especially because it's the 12 and 13 seed. Like, both teams have a legit chance to win this either way. It was a fun one, man. I loved that one.
Yeah, I got nothing else to say on it. As Florence,
I also don't have anything to say.
As Toronto Stars end up 13th place in Stage 1 playoffs, we move on to our next elimination. Oh no. 6th seed Pittsburgh versus the 8th seed Kansas City Crusaders. Pittsburgh wins by 100 on Colossus. They win 6-3 on map 2. They win 5-2 Overload to win the series 3-0. Blinky Legacy Series as a 1.5 KD as Fluctuant popped off map 2. As Ginger tried to contain him, as Waves tried to contain Blinky, both of us failed. As the caster was Biohazard as a friend of Frost Posse as well. So he's getting on the board. And yeah. I guess as the player in this, KC's fall from grace. From champions to 12th place, shout out. In this series in particular, just we all played like terribly, pretty much. I mean, Waves had a good map 3. Unfortunately, it was too late. but he had a slow map 1 and 2. I dropped like a 0.8. Mighty dropped a 0.8. Pink was there, but what's she supposed to do when the rest of us are getting fried? And Pittsburgh just kind of played a very good series. They really just dominated every single map. You look at the scoreboards, they just outslayed every single one of us. All 4 of their players played better than all 4 of us. It wasn't even just like a blinky pop off. It was just we got ragdolled, and GG, go next stage. Shout out KC.
Yeah.
Also, I did have a concussion. That is my argument. Shout out.
Yeah, this is a Pittsburgh I was waiting to see in that Tokyo series, because I mean Fluctuant, they're missing him, and he adds a lot to their search. A lot of it is pinching for sure, but he's been really good at hitting the flank and find some kills. He's had some good pop off maps, especially in Den. I feel like this is the second time this stage he's had 11 kills in the Den. First one I think was against us, actually.
Let me interrupt you super quick. Pink, did you want me to say you dropped a 0.6? Would you prefer that instead of me saying you were there? Come on. Trying to be nice.
Anyways, call it how it is. Yeah. No, yeah. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, this is the Pittsburgh I wanted. You're missing that element with Fluctuant there. No matter how predictable you think the pinches and all of that are, like it's a different player there that
He's
you would have had.
He's been playing AR this stage actually, and it's been working for him.
Has he? Jesus. Oh, last time we played him, he definitely had a sub in his hands. I remember that one. Trust me, at map 2, I was like, this guy, bro. Remember all those like the timings and stuff,
yeah,
him loading and stuff?
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, those are comedy. But I mean, whatever he's been doing has been helping. So I wanted to see what Pittsburgh can do the rest of the playoffs. Kansas City, bows out early. Someone put in chat, STRATIS might have earned that finals MVP for real. Kind of, but like, I mean, he did. But like in this series, like, no one was shooting. Like Ginger said, it might not even mattered for this one. No one came out to play, so it was too late. I don't know. Thoughts on this one, Strat? I didn't even get to watch this one.
Strat, as the man who ruined KC, what's your thoughts on this series?
Well, I think if more than one person could shoot their gun on this given day, then it would have been good.
Preach.
Come on.
Nah, man. In all seriousness, I would like to send a apology letter to Nolan, Waves, Ginger, and Pinkson COD for kind of leaving them out to dry, but I gotta, worry about my shit. And also, I mean, I did watch most of this series, and I mean, Pitt was frying.
Yeah.
Like Kansas was not frying on any capacity except for Waves in that map 3.
Hey, I had a good
Pitt
map
was
too.
frying. Okay, you went 10-8, buddy.
Yeah, my team combined went fucking 12 and 22. Like, what do you want from me, bro? Like,
talk to him, Ginger.
Sorry, 13 and 25 or whatever it was.
All right, Busta. Irrelevant.
I know. I finally have a good map. It's when it's way to get blown out.
Shout out Fluctuant for hitting the back good, and I don't know, man. I hope Kansas, is able to financially recover from the bag they're gonna have to drop to pick up a new roster, and I think that's all I really gotta say.
We'll see what happens. Roster Mania is going to go crazy after this stage. But we move on to... this was today. This happened like an hour and a half ago. Winners round 3 / winners semifinal. That's what it's listed as in the bracket. I prefer winners round 3, but I did both for the sake of it. It was the 2 seed versus the 3 seed. No upsets here as Philadelphia Fear versus Tokyo Storm. And unfortunately, Philadelphia does need a substitute. Tolly, their fake 6-star, is out. M1 Breakout subs in. And unfortunately, not much they can do with Tokyo Storm. They win map 1 by 60. They almost get full sailed. Tokyo went up 5-0. Philly forces round 11. Unfortunately, they couldn't ice up when they needed to. Tokyo then takes that momentum and they 8-3 dominate Overload Den to win the series 3-0. Isaiah has another pop-off series. Kaz had a great map 3. Meanwhile, for Philly, it's the smoke show. Unfortunately, the support not there for him as Tokyo dominate. I2 is the MVP with a 1.27 as Entity. You were yet again the caster. You just casted this, man. Talk about it.
Well, I hate to like correct your graphics a lot, but I will point out it was Space who went 12-2, not Smoke. Smoke had a really bad search until like the last few rounds.
I did a wrong S player. I say
it's okay. It's okay. It's
Unbelievable.
okay. I just want to give Space his credit
I
because he was
I hate
keeping
that
them fair, but he was keeping them alive in that one because Smoke was struggling until that little 5-0 full sail attempt out of them. But I mean, this was. I don't want to say this is what I was expecting, but once I saw M1 loaded in, like no offense, as good as M1 is, Tolly has been. I don't even want to say it like that, but Tolly's just been everything for this team, bro.
Tolly's been Philly's second best player of this stage.
Yeah, that's what I even said in the comms. I was like, he's at worst been their third best player, but like he's either been their second, sometimes even their first. Like he can win those maps by himself, and you're missing that tonight. It's like M1 shit the bed or anything. And let me actually double check. Now, I mean, thing is, he's going negative in some of these maps where
M1
Tolly
played
would be,
well. It was just
it's just Tolly would have been better. Does that change things here? I don't know if you can say for search just because S&D is always like you really never know who's going to win that. But for the respawns, I would say so. Does that push this to a map 5 or does it mean Philly 3-0? I don't know. But it just sucks when you have a playoff game, very important match, trying to get to winners finals. And Tolly's out of town. I don't know why. Like, shout out. I hope it's all good. I hope it's just like for spring break or something, But he wasn't able to play. And if he was here, I definitely think the series would have been a lot closer. I think Philly. Some people don't think Philly's that good, which is like fair. We just saw them lose today, but I think they are, man. I think they can be in the top 2, top 3, top 4. And today, when they didn't have Tolly, you could see like how much he really meant to that team. And again, no shot at M1. It's just you're trying to sub in for a team where like you're essentially trying to put up 6-star numbers just about. You know what I mean? And it's just a tough ask, especially against a team like Tokyo, who's already fired up from Billy Goblin shooting bodies, man. But it was, I mean, Philly had a chance to win the map 1, let it slip, and Tokyo just took over at that point. Everyone was popping 2 and 3 pieces.
Philly had a chance to win map 2 as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you had Tolly, I don't want to just say they win the series, but they definitely they would have had a way better chance.
Strat, closing
but
thoughts.
Tokyo, hidden form.
Listen, man, Philly Fear, man, bunch of shooters over there. Not really sure why little bro wasn't there, but he's a shooter. I think he definitely would have made a huge difference for this team. Again, no, I don't know. I feel like M1 is actually good for the rating that he's at, but I think the problem is Tully is very highly rated at his rating of what, a 3.5, right?
Yeah,
I think he's statistically like the best 3.5 right now. So
him or Icarus, I think. Yeah.
So it's like to have M1, someone who's not even really playing the game, although is still good, fill in for one of the top players at the same rank. It's kind of not really fair. But we got there, and I think that kind of shone through. So I think if they have Tully, it's a different result, but Philly will recover from this and make a run, I predict.
I'm intrigued to see if they can or not. As we look at the Stage 2 playoffs, 13th place, Toronto Stars, and currently top 12, Kansas City. Who will join them? Let's find out here. Put these in the wrong order. I'll go back to those in a minute. Upcoming matches. Losers round 2 matchups are New Mexico versus Florence, New York versus Seattle, Boston versus LA allegedly. And then the other winners round 3 matchup for a spot in winners final is Vegas versus Miami. So let's kind of preview these a little bit. I look forward to New Mexico Florence, because we've seen New Mexico pull off some wizardry. And Florence, I mean, they iced up against Toronto. Can they ice up against New Mexico, who are, I guess, a bit of a trolley team, right? All these game five, all these reverse sweeps, like it's a skill, but it's also a troll, in their lineup. So can Florence take advantage of the troll, or will New Mexico pull off some more wizardry?
Might be map 5 written all over it, bro. Just for the
Yeah,
one.
that's what I
Like,
was
I don't
gonna
know.
say. I think
I'd like to
whoever
say
has
they
the
just
more
3-0,
ice
but I
wins
don't
that
know.
series, I think.
I'd want New Mexico to win 3-0 for a statement win.
Mm,
I just don't know. Like, I don't think Florence is bad either. They just haven't had ice all year. But yeah, I mean, New Mexico, they don't even play. It's not like they play down to their competition. Like, this is gonna go 5 maps because they're better than Florence, but they play downs. Like, they do that with every team, whether they're the
yeah.
1 seed, whether they're the 13 seed. Like, this could just be a map 5, just because that's what's in their DNA at this point. I really don't know what to say. I would like to see New Mexico like kind of solidify themselves as like a mm, not like competing with bottom of the barrel teams. Like, this should be a series that they 3-0, but I don't know. And Florence has some shooters for sure. And if Cunning's on that host, bro, I don't know. I wouldn't let Cunning host if I'm New Mexico, bro. That might shake things up. But that could be a banger series for sure.
Winners final, New York rematch from stage one, New York and Seattle in winners round two or losers round two. Who saw that coming? Well, roster changes and substitute players will do that to you. As Connor did tell us, New York has 2 substitutes tomorrow.
Who's the roster?
It's gonna be Magic, Mirage, Connor, and Paladin. Johnny and Grace MIA.
Oh my gosh.
But then Seattle, of course, it was a close series against New Mexico in winners, so they look to be better. But a rough stage 2 overall for them. This is a weird series. I don't know.
You need to win this if you're Seattle.
You'd think, right? Like with take advantage
You
of 2
just
substitutes.
you just have to win this, or that roster is probably getting blown to smithereens.
But like, dude, I'll
Uh,
say this about New York. Like, obviously we know Magic will drop Johnny numbers. Dude, Paladin has been shooting this year. To get him in for
yeah,
Grace, that's a fucking huge upgrade, to be honest. So I like just on paper, like this New York team, like it's not. I don't think it's one of
I'm
those
not saying it's bad, but
two
if you
subs they're
don't,
screwed.
yeah, I'm not saying they're bad, but if you don't take advantage of a team with 2 subs, like, I don't know, man. This roster is already on thin ice, apparently, according to Trauma Intel the other day. So
Mm.
you just got to win this. That's my thoughts on the series. Is Seattle, you must win this. If New York wins this, I mean, welcome back Johnny and Grace, and then their run begins. If you're New York, gotta just hang on. If you're Magic, give him one more day, bro. Like, just give Johnny another chance, bro. Get the whole team back together.
Strat.
It'll be fun, bro.
I think it's going to be a good series. Unfortunately for Seattle, I don't know if they can do it. I don't
Even
know
with
what's
2
going
subs.
on in that camp, but I feel like it may be a little too far gone. But if they lock in and make a run, then shout out them. But I kind of feel like they need to do that for themselves rather than to just stay on the team. But because if they don't, then yeah, they're kind of getting shipped off to China. But also I feel like New York, if they do win it, I feel like a lot of people would be surprised. But I feel like Seattle's been playing at not a good level recently. So if they were gonna win a series against a better team with 2 subs, I think Seattle unfortunately falls in that spot.
Our last elimination match was Boston versus LA. I heard rumors that this match isn't even going to be played,
That's what I'm
but
thinking.
Hey.
I haven't. Nothing's been confirmed yet officially. So we will pretend like it's obviously not going to be a LA forfeit. But I I mean, if Boston get New York substitute Magic, like the series is over. For
I
whatever
feel like
reason,
people gotta stop letting Magic's sub in because apparently that guy's just him whenever he subs in.
well, I mean, like he's subbing in for
Or
Johnny, right?
Magic.
So it's not like a
Yeah, well, I mean, like I don't know. It's just like the greatest warm up of all time.
yeah.
I
I
don't know.
don't
That
know,
guy's just him.
like this Boston team, like they should win this, but it depends on if LA have their real roster. Because even with their real roster, it's not close. But if they have a pack a punch roster again, then you know who knows what'll happen. But I really have no other comments. This series isn't even being played allegedly, so why waste more time talking about it? The last match to break down, of course these are confirmed matchups, right? There are Philly's waiting for their matchup. Vegas is waiting, or sorry, Tokyo's waiting for their matchup, so they're not up here. But winners round 3, Vegas versus Miami. I guess I'll go first because Vic, you are a member of Vegas, but this is a series because with how Miami have been shooting the last couple of series, like Tej finally showing back up, Icarus crazy pop off moments. If they get that, not saying that like I don't know how Vegas responds to that, but like we've seen Vegas be dominant all year, just with their roster of, you know, with the star ratings they got given. But like this Miami team also getting some blessed star ratings. Like this could be an absolute bang out, or it could be a 3-0 if someone has a bad day. If Sonoma, like you mentioned, Sonoma was slow last series, Entity, right? So if he has a slow series, can Icarus and like Tej have a pop off and take advantage? Or if Tej has a bad series, can Vegas just slap him around or something? I have no idea. This is two kind of like we know they're good teams, but they've had moments of you know inconsistent play, I suppose. And I'm excited to watch it. I'll probably be casting it based off,
Yeah.
two of the casters are playing it. So
Any thoughts, Stratus?
Yeah, for sure gonna be a bang out. I think I got Vegas in 4 just because I don't think Miami can keep up. Honestly, they've been playing good, but I feel like Vegas, it's just their time. It's just their time. I feel like no. In reality, I think the matchup is good for Vegas, which is why I say that. I feel like JD and Sonoma match up really good against the subs on Miami, and then you've got what is it, Vic and who's your
Loading.
guys' 3? I was gonna say loading, but I wasn't sure. I think those two, can handle that for real. But just I mean, obviously depends on which Sonoma you get, but I think they can do it.
Entity, would you like to comment on the series, or do you not want to give them pre-bulletin board material?
Well, I'll say that I think that's bad Sonoma series. It wasn't even bad. It just wasn't a 1.4, and it was also like first time he's done that all year, and I wasn't there. Like, if you watch how we play, we as in me and JD and loading, but like me specifically, we do a lot to kind of enable Sonoma to go and drop all those kills and do all those those plays that he does. I think him just playing
Sure.
with the sub like probably kind of probably impacted a little, or he was just playing Boston. He didn't really care. If he was up here right now, he'd probably say that, like, hey, it was Boston. Like, I knew we were slamming those idiots. Like, it's probably exactly what he would say. You know what I mean? You know how he is.
He always
So
says
I'm
that,
not,
though, right?
I'm not really worried about him showing up or not. I think he'll be locked for that series 100%. I will say that loading will not be here, so we are going to play with a sub. But I mean, we would think we'll be okay. The Miami thing, like, I don't know, bro. Like Ultra saying in chat, we played them with a fresh roster and no chemistry, which is true. We played Miami, we beat them. It was close. I think it was a 3-1. It just kind of depends, like you say, how the other guys show up. And also, they've played recently. We haven't played as a 4 in a while. I didn't play in that last Boston match, so it'll be fun to see if we come shooting or not. I think it'll be a good series. I'd love to say we would 3-0 them just because you never want to lose a map, but you just never know, man. I'm expecting Icarus to go crazy. I'm expecting everyone to do their thing in Miami, but I'm looking for an Icarus legacy map, man. I don't know. I have a feeling this guy's got something cooking for me, bro. I know he's a funny guy, bro. I love that guy. We'll see how that goes.
We move on from
I'm
our
excited,
previews to our casting update.
Hey.
We had 12 matches this week. Entity did 7 of them.
Whoa.
Oh, Lord. As Entity moves up to 9. Hellboy had 2 this week, so he moves up to 3 for Stage 2 in specific. Isaiah did 1. And then Jonamus and Biohazard each show up for Stage 2, so shout out them for joining the list. And we have our overall list. Notorious, what second match are you talking about, brother? I would love for you to tell me. But yeah, Entity with 7 goes from 14 to 21 as he takes the crown from Johnny, who's on vacation. Isaiah gets up to 3, Hellboy gets up to 3, and Ja and Biohazard, who I misspelt his name, shout out me.
Damn,
But,
bro. LA.
Oh, you spelled it all the way wrong. You spelled out both words.
I think it
Jesus
auto-corrected.
Christ.
Not gonna lie, I think that's autocorrect.
Yeah,
That's
it
definitely
must have, bro.
autocorrect because I did not type that. But yeah, so Johnny goes on a 10-day bender with the girlfriend and ends up, Entity casts 7 matches in a week. Shout out him. So
playoffs time, man. Always show up in playoffs. Come on.
yeah, shout out. Always shows up in playoffs. Sees the new crown. As we move on to our clip section, we had 12 matches this week, and I was very lazy with the clips, so there's not that many. Too many to count, so I didn't actually pay that much attention. But we have our first match here. This is from tonight, actually. From the Overload. Is it a stair glitch? I don't know.
It's absolutely. It's in. Space in.
Back dojo or back dragon?
Flinger, back arch.
On lower.
No, he's close arch. Two close. Back in the stair glitch. GG.
Oh man.
Oh, no.
Interesting.
Oh my god.
I mean, let's be honest here. Bro stair glitch, but he got traded, so it's okay.
It didn't stop the capture.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about it. Definitely a stair glitch, but we'll give him a yellow card, because it was traded effectively and didn't really affect the match. So
little spoiler there. Yeah, I mean, I don't really. The series, it was one incident, bro. It's not that deep.
Hey, but second yellow card, you get a red card, Kozuni. Don't let it happen again, twin. That's all I gotta say.
Should have saw his other yellow card.
This was also from that same series. It was map 1, actually.
Yeah, one's gonna be
listening
right.
with
One's already pushed it. One's already
Tokyo.
TP out. We spun out.
One's in town, coming. One.
Slam, fuck out of here.
Nice.
One's front set somewhere. That's
One's
it.
already close on time. Slam, get the fuck off me.
Nice, you're the best.
Two front. One more front side. Two challenge, one inner outer. Yeah, three. Yeah, three front. Come on, guys, give me one more. Come on,
bro.
These kids, man.
Ball game.
Ball game. Is
game,
Kaz a
come
member
on.
of the Philadelphia Fear? What the hell's going on?
He's just playing
ball game on the own franchise. We coined it. That's kind of tough, bro.
And it's just tragic, really. But yeah, you hear 21 Savage getting hyped in them comms. A Kaz 3-piece to close out the map. We have another funny listening moment. New York versus Miami. This is again the friendship match of all friendship matches.
Heard you dubs. I spawned out.
Chaotix is cheating,
Just keep playing your life. You
question
can't
mark?
come to your front time, okay?
Heard you. One dub. I can kill that.
You're so fucking shit. Chow me. Fucking please chow me. You're so fucking bad.
Nice.
Good shit. All right, get to know.
He's screaming at
Passion,
Connor.
bro.
Yeah, I mean that's a friendship right there. There was some lovely trash talk prior to that match between.
That's the
those
tease
two
I need,
teams.
though. Like, if he could not do that against us, that'd be great. But I mean, like,
I'd
Chaotix
love
needs
to
to just wake
talk
the
like
fuck
that
up
on
and
4
just start
ping. It's a
just
great
start talking
chat.
shit, bro. He should be doing that all the time. He's a player that plays a lot better when he's fired up and he's playing off his emotions. Like, get fucking hyped, T. Shit on these kids. That's the chaotics I've been waiting for, man. I need to see more of that for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't
I
see
enjoy
anyone.
that a lot.
We have a lovely S&D failure. The clip title is Single Fire. Shout out. I wonder what happens.
Oh man,
Sentio gonna go.
Sentio 0 and
He will.
5.
Does he
Perfect
get-
pinch.
I thought he got the. Oh my. He's on single fire. Oh no.
God damn it, Jacob.
Oh man, TLT might be knocking big.
Hey, W preview.
Might
I
be knocking
mean-
big, bro.
If that's not a perfect example of what Jake was going through that series,
Sentio
then I
God.
don't know what is.
Yeah, unfortunate. Another nothing will ever top last year's single fire moment. Shout out Paradise, but single fire clips are always funny. But we have a clutch. Enough with the fails and listenings. We have a clutch. A Frost 1 versus 3. Round 1 of map 2.
I was there for day one.
25 seconds.
Has New York lost rate?
Boomstick out. Bam.
But Frost does find a snipe.
They smoked the
Oh, he has
bomb.
a chance to make a play. He's going to nice it. I love this. I think he saw the other one too. He did. He's gonna back up. Ah, big one. Frost, the 1v3.
Turns on Grace. Pause. Really, obviously we know Frost, incredible, but he really used every single gun in his arsenal. He used the sniper, the knife, and the pistol. All he needed was a grenade kill, I guess. But so shout out Frost as again last clip here.
Icy.
Second to last clip here actually. It's map 1 of Toronto, New York. Colossus
Chow, he's gonna
P3.
get it. Wolf can't
It's
kill
contested.
Wolf,
Nade spam.
and it's coming right down to the wire. Last one up for now is Frost. He's gonna get stuck. Wolf the Beast, what do you got for us? Gotta try and contest as much as you can.
Nathan.
Nathan's gonna slide. Might have
Nathan.
one or two sides. He'll get them both. One more in front. He'll catch Mirage throwing to
Nathan
4 seconds
with
to win.
the
That will be
4K.
it. Toronto is going
To
to
win the
strike
map.
first here.
Shout out, bro.
It's a big Nathan, bro.
And our last clip here, this is from Chungus, and it's from MLB The Show.
Oh
Bang!
my god.
Shout out Big Chum branching
Oh,
out.
wow, it's crushed.
It's,
That noise
expanding his
says it all.
horizon.
It's out of here. A perfect blast.
Bang!
Lined it up, timed it up, and they take the lead.
Hey,
Shout
with
out
the,
Chung, man.
with the LA Brandon.
The perfect.
Look at that.
That's tough,
490
LA.
from Kyle Schwarber.
That's pretty good,
Schwarber.
Chum.
Incredible.
That's kind of tough with the logo and the
That
brand.
pitcher is pissed. Yeah.
That's comedy, bro.
Hey, Anguish, how
He
about
said
you
that's on
submit a
rookie.
fucking clip, brother, and I won't have to use that shit,
He
bro. How
said
about
that's
that?
on rookie, bro.
How about
LA
you
got more
send-
MLB
how
games
about-
than college.
How about you send a clip so I don't have to use that shit, you know? How about that, you know? Anyways, we
Yeah,
move
you
on.
go, bro.
There is no power rankings today. I've decided to give y'all a break from my terrible opinions, just to have a round table. I have 2 lovely guests with me. We didn't do round table last week. We're doing one this week, and you can hear about my shitty opinions. Is anime overrated?
What do you think, Ginger?
Yeah, go
Uh,
ahead. Jimmy. Why don't you start us off?
I mean, yeah, it is. I've never seen anime. I haven't seen it. I've never seen a single show, to be honest. That's a lie. I've seen 2 shows.
Which ones, bro? Which ones?
I watched Full Metal Alchemist with my sister, and I also watched Hellsing, which is like a Dracula
Did you like
thing.
either?
I actually did. However, my sister has spent the better part of 12 years yapping in my ear about how good One Piece is, that I don't like anime. For the simple fact that, like, it's been 12 years and they just keep fucking yapping in my ear about it. I don't care.
Fair, bro.
So
That's
for
like
that,
Sonoma.
So for
Sonoma
that
loves
one
One Piece.
reason, shout out my sister, shout out Mary. Everyone spam "We Hate Mary" in chat, I guess. But yeah, that shit's terrible. Don't care. Watch a real TV show like Law and Order or something.
That might be
'Cause
wicked
that's
work,
better.
bro. Strat, we gotta say, bro, that's wicked work out of Ginger. I can't lie.
Listen, man, I was never an anime person. I never had friends that really watched it. I never really got into it. And then one day, my friend's girlfriend at the time was like, "Yo, we gotta start watching this." So then he started watching it, and then he talked me into watching it. And ever since then, anime's been peak. I don't know what to tell you. I was in the same boat as Ginger. My friend kept telling me, "Oh, dude, this anime's fire." I was like, "Nah, dude, I ain't gonna watch that shit. Stop telling me about it." And then, just like I say, one day I walked into his room and he was watching it, and I was like, "Yo, this looks kind of fire." And he was like, "All right, pull up, gang. We're gonna restart this shit." And so we watched like all of Attack on Titan in like 2 days.
Peak. 2 days?
After, no, dude, it was not healthy. We were in that room far too long for it to be
Jesus.
we were different after that experience. But no, yeah, that one's peak. My favorite right now is Demon Slayer. Me and my girl are watching it, which my girlfriend also in the same boat. She's always been like, "No, fuck all that anime bullshit. You guys keep telling me it's fire. I ain't gonna watch it." And now that she's watching it, she's like, "This shit's actually kind of fire." So, just to try and twist your arm a little bit more, Ginger. There are some very, very good shows out there that are anime. That is all.
Yeah, there are. I haven't seen as many as like a lot of the people who really watch anime in this Discord, but I mean, obviously, I've seen the bangers. I've seen Attack on Titan was peak, Death Note was peak, My Hero. Oh my gosh, My Hero Academia is actually insane, bro. I've never. Is Attack on Titan the best? I don't know. My Hero's definitely up there for me. It might be the best. I don't think I've ever shed tears to a show more than that one. I'd have to say that's probably it. My Hero was insane. Chainsaw Man was insane. Um, what I watched Clannad. Clannad. I mean, bro, like I'm on a romance anime kick right now, so I can't really. There's a lot. I'm not gonna speak on those, bro. But like Clannad was peak. Call of the Night. Don da Don. Your Lie in April. That one's a make you cry too. There's bangers, bro. Like I don't know if it's overrated, bro. I just don't know if I could agree with that. There's just so many like for anyone, bro. If you like action, you like romance, you like drama. There's even some horror ones, which I love horror, but I've never really dived into any besides like one. Um, I mean, it's good, bro. It's actually good stuff. It's not all cringe. It's not all, all you Americans out there, the purebred Americans like Hellboy who won't watch anime. Like it's not all, it's not all some weird shit, bro. Like. Yeah, I don't know. Like loading's bugging in chat. That's One Piece, bro. Don't get that twisted with Attack on Titan, bro. Like Attack on Titan was peak. Demon Slayer I only got 6 episodes in, then I stopped watching anime for a little. That's why I kind of just stopped watching it. But Stratus swears that's the goat, right? I got to get back on that, bro.
Oh, dude, that show is so peak. I don't know. I mean, and like same thing for my sister. Like she started watching a lot of anime, and she's watched a ton because she like started watching some, and then like we watched Attack on Titan together. We watched Demon Slayer for the first time together because we had heard that. I don't even remember why we started watching it. I think one day I just like pulled it up and I was like, "Yo, this is fire!" And then she started watching it, and now dude, she's like an Attack on Titan connoisseur, or Attack on Titan Demon Slayer connoisseur.
Yeah.
She's watched that show like 8 times all the way through. She's watched the movie like 3 times.
Damn.
The new movie. So I don't know. So I'm hyped, and I've watched a few other ones, like smaller ones, but yeah, I don't know. That show's just peak. The action's peak. The animation's peak. The voice acting's fire. I don't know. Just gets better as it goes on. To ages like fine wine.
Damn, get into that, bro. I mean, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, you gotta watch that one, bro. That one is
Cyberpunk is fire. That's
oh my god, that one was insane. I gotta say, Sacred Paladin said something. What was it? Was it him?
Yeah,
I think he said, yeah, and he said My Hero's good until season 4, bro. I promise you, I don't even know why you would stop watching at season 4, but once you get like even further, it's oh my god, it's so much better, bro. the final season, like most of those episodes are like 9+ rated. Like that final season goes so crazy, bro. That oh my god, I can't even like I just can't say shit without spoiling. But full glaze to My Hero, full glaze to Attack on Titan, Death Note, full glaze, bro.
The
Go
Netflix
watch
show?
Chainsaw Man. Like, oh
Hmm.
hell no.
What? Netflix show.
What did you just say?
Which one?
No, don't listen to this kid, bro. What?
Talking
That was
about
a
Death
funny
Note, the
joke. Yeah, the
Netflix show.
Netflix show on that. That
Get
shit was
outta
good.
here,
That shit was
bro.
Get
goated.
out of here, bro.
Yeah, if you
man,
think that's
but-
goated, you're gonna love the anime because that show was not goated, gang.
Okay,
Go-
Loden,
go,
heated rivalry was heat, dog. That's not even a chirp. Get out of here with that shit. No, but like, it's not that I don't like anime. It's just like I just haven't seen it. I mean, outside.
Yeah,
the,
I was gonna say like
the
the
two shows.
corniness
I
is
bet if
not
I've
what turns
watched it-
Ginger off.
I bet if
His
I
favorite
watched
show
it.
is
Yeah, like I love
Video
Power
Game High
Rangers. It's
School.
not the
Clearly.
corniness.
Clearly.
Yeah, like I love Power Rangers. I love, like it's not just anime. It's just I haven't seen it, and it's mainly because my sister turned me off from it. And also, a funny story. Frost knows who I'm talking about, but there is a guy that we used to know named Tactic, who was just every negative stereotype about a white guy who loved anime. So like that guy being just the worst person I've ever known, as well as my sister being annoying for the last like 12 years of my life. I just don't want to watch it. Cause fuck them. That's why.
Understood. You're still weird for not watching them though.
I don't care, bro. I'm too busy with my teen dramas.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
I
Like
gotta
super
rewatch
important.
Degrassi
And Video Game High School type shit.
Heartbreak High season 3 comes out in like 2 weeks. I
What
gotta
the
watch,
fuck is that?
catch up on
I
that.
probably will. Sacred Paladin, I'll watch that.
Did I watch baseball this weekend? I did, Anguish, and I'm very sad.
Wah, wah.
Why do people influence your life, Ginger?
That's
you
a
have
good
concession
point.
with me, bro.
It's a
Those
great
come
question,
on.
to be honest. It's just like, dude, I got too much time in sports and just my other TV shows that I watch. Shut up, phone. I
Yeah,
just
the
don't
Has
Kim
the
like
Ben
from what I've
10
heard. From what I've heard is
Kim.
like my sister, like
Is
they
that Kim
spend.
Possible?
It is. That's my text
Yeah.
notification. Shout out Kim Possible.
I
Don't
don't
we
know why.
scared to watch anime?
It's no, because you know
What
what
are we
I'm scared
talking
of, bro? It's know what I'm scared of? It's like it is literally my entire sister's life is anime, and I'm like, dog, I am too busy with other shit.
Bro,
I'm too busy. I don't care.
And
I
share
don't
that
have
with
a
her,
single like
don't
anime
care.
poster, shirt, anything. I just like it. Like,
yeah, but like
it's-
I would rather watch fucking Bridgerton again than pick up an anime, to be honest.
okay, but that's not comparable because Bridgerton's a fire show. I don't,
Like
what?
I've
Are we
too
faded?
many shows to watch. I don't want to add anime to that, to be honest. Like,
Well, you need to. Hate to tell you,
ah,
it's
Fair,
time.
bro. That's why I don't like watching a lot of
That's the
movies.
best part
I'm
about
like,
anime is because the episodes are like 15 minutes long, bro.
yeah, exactly.
cool.
If you can't fit a 15-minute episode in your day, then you got other problems, gang. I tell you.
I can't, bro.
Yep. I agree with Load. Read that strategy. Look at chat. Loading's just
That-
cooking
dude,
with that
he's
one, bro.
Kim
like, that's-
Possible ringtone hates anime, gets concussion at beer league hockey. You're 2026 most interesting man, ladies and gentlemen.
No, my
Ginger
my
Cobb.
Shout out
ringtone is
Ginger
the
Cobb.
GTA 4 theme.
Good lord.
Wow, you're a good guy, man. Yeah, that is facts, bro. Sacred Paladin knows ball, bro. Paradise told me to watch. I think it's called Fragrant Flower. Blooms with Dignity. I think that's what it's called. I know it's Fragrant Flower for sure. They told me to watch that. We'll have to see. Oh yeah, Black Clover. I know. I think Tej always said to watch that. I haven't seen that one yet, but yeah, man. If you haven't watched it, give it a chance. If you need Rex, let me know.
Dog,
I'll
it's
get
just-
you into
I have
some
too
beginner
many
shit, bro.
shows, bro.
No, you're good, bro. Like you stay over there. We over here.
Yeah,
And
bro.
we know
it's
what's up,
chill.
bro. Me and Strat.
We gonna have a good
Yeah,
time
bro.
over here while you be
Yeah.
watching Bridgerton for the fourth
Go
time,
watch
and so you
Bridgerton
don't have
again,
time
bro.
for other shows.
Shit's fire.
But you don't have time for other shows when
Yeah,
you're gonna
because
watch
I'm
Bridgerton
busy
for the
watching
fourth time.
Bridgerton again, bro. What do you mean?
Again, that's the
Yeah.
problem. So stop watching Bridgerton again
But
and
I
watch
need
something
to, bro.
different for the first time.
Nah.
Nah,
I don't get
Hey.
that, bruh. Like,
Dude,
You're a
I'm
good
fucking
guy.
autistic. I'm not
going to
gonna
the
watch
movies
something
to see the
that I haven't
15th
seen
the-
before,
the
bro.
same
if you're
movie I've
autistic, you should
seen.
want to watch different stuff.
No, I wanted my comfort shows, man.
All right, fair enough, fair enough.
I have a concussion, you see.
Well,
That explains the opinion, actually.
go listen to your Olivia Rodrigo, um, you know, orchestrated versions on Bridgerton and have a great time, brother.
And I
Yes,
will,
sir.
bro. I'm not gonna let chat shame me for that.
Go watch fucking go watch Toradora, bro. Like go get some
That's the rec
romance
you give
anime
me.
in your
That's the
life, bro.
rec you
No,
give
just
me.
something that's a popular one. Go watch a romance anime, bro. Like
I'd rather
go
watch fucking
watch that at
Freerun,
night.
bro. Like,
Go feel good, bro. Like go feel good about yourself. Just watch a show, smile, get a big ass smile on your face, bro. You know what I mean? Like just go out there, bro. Just go out there. That's it for me, bro. Go watch anime if you haven't. You're bugging if you're not. It's all good. You don't have to be weird about it. Like it's cool, bro. It's 2026. It's mainstream now. Like it's okay to watch anime,
well,
guys.
Vic, do you know what else is mainstream?
Talk to me, bro. Go ahead and show me, bro.
Swordog.com, 2Gs, trauma merch. Get your trauma merch at Swordog.com, 2Gs. This has been Trauma League Telegram, or TLT for short. I have been your host, Gingerbread. Alongside me, Entity Emergency co-host. Say your final thoughts.
Show on the screen real quick, Twin.
You want back on the screen, twin?
Yeah, Twinny.
Oh, it's merch. Look at that.
I will be wearing this tomorrow versus Miami.
Mm.
Good luck. Good luck. Yo, hey, y'all, good luck, man. You're gonna need some trauma.
I have
merch
a
to
hat
counteract
on. You
that.
can kind of see it in the dark. Shout out. Strat, closing thoughts as our special guest. Closing thoughts.
Yeah, just happy to be here, man.
Happy to be here. Check it. Make sure you check out Trauma Oregon Kick tomorrow. We have what, 3 matches? There's 2 matches tomorrow. Or is there 3?
Oh, gee willikers.
3, yeah.
There's 3 tomorrow. Jesus Christ.
2
brother.
9 East, 1 10:30 East.
Shout out, and you two can like anime or hate anime. Do either as you please in Swordog, in Trauma Merch at Swordog.com, 2Gs. This has been the Trauma League Telegram. Here's the outro music. Thanks everyone for watching. Johnny will be back next week, don't worry, so you'll not have to hear me fucking yap anymore as much. He'll be taking over, so. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. This has been TLT. Good night.
Good night.
Any leaks while stream's still live, guys?
I'm coming back.
That's what I got.
How do you
Because you're watching the stream. Because you're
No,
watching
I'm not. I have
his
this shit off.
share
How do I
screen.
have this music in my ear,
You're
bro?
watching his share screen.
There we go. Yeah, talking about
Yeah. My leak
I was
is
just wondering, like, does he just summon it? Like,
yeah,
did he
bro.
just-
No. Casey's
He
blowing the
summoned
fuck
it.
up, bro, so
It's his
I'm a
aura.
free agent. Anyone want me?
I'm coming back as a 3-star, so I can play with one hand.
Thanks everyone for watching. And stop.